Hello! I would like to welcome you to the Laramy-K OpticianWorks Training Center Cool Stuff Giveaway. Our first item is one to please every eyeglass wearer. Heck, it might even save that new pair of high-end sunglasses that you just bought. Let's talk about the Baggual one-piece eyeglass strap and cover.
Berdua, ¿no? O sea, en inglés, ¿cómo me muevo?
Hello and welcome to the Laramy-K OpticianWorks Training Center, where we have something very special today. We have a guest. This is Felipe Niata, and he is an inventor. And a couple of things to get out of the way before we introduce Felipe. One is, as always, guys, I don't have any vested interest in this product. We are not selling something. I get messages from people all over the world. Inventors, people that have a better way of doing something.
I had an idea like that once, a long time ago.
And for the most part, it usually turns out they don't. But in Felipe's case, what he sent me a sample of really impressed me. So let's show and tell. Felipe, why don't you tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself, your company, your background, and then what you brought us today.
So I'm Felipe Niata, originally from Chile, so all the way south in Latin America. A couple of interesting facts. The brand is named Baggual, and what that means is actually a wild horse from Patagonia. And where's my family, my mom's side, they used to have a farm in Patagonia, and the brand or the branding they use for the cattle is the actual brand I'm using for Baggual. And my family used to call me a Baggual. I was a wild kid running around. So all this company concept, product creation, literally came out of me running my first half marathon. I bought a very nice, fancy sunglasses, old gear, brand new for the race. I wanted to do it in 2 hours, actually 1 hour 59. I made it, so happy there. So I was going back to my car, happy as Larry, walking by, cheering myself, opened the door, sweating all over, took my sunglasses off to change my shirt. I throw my sunglasses to the seat, but this is the beauty of things. Obviously, the sunglasses didn't want to stay inside of the car, so they bounce out, hit the curb, and I got a very nice scratch on my sunglasses. So very nice, fancy sunglasses, lasted 2 hours, and a very nice scratch. So, and I was wearing the strap, so it's like, there's something to be there. So I kept on thinking about that, and I came to the realization that most people hate carrying a hard case. It's uncomfortable. You cannot put it in your pockets, in your car, whatever. The nice bag that comes with your sunglasses, probably that bag lasts a day, and after that I lost it. I don't know where it is. So how can I keep my sunglasses safe when I'm not wearing them, or when it's a very nice sunset and I want to take them off and don't damage it? So there has to be something there. So what we came with is literally a strap that transforms in a pouch. It's a simple concept. It's how to put two things together. At some point I was at home after the race thinking about what can be done, bought a gazillion straps, started looking into how they're made, manufactured, and trying to find a way to put a pouch, put a bag, put a case. Probably I did about 100 prototypes. I learned to sew at home. So I bought a machine. My wife wasn't happy with that. So learning to sew, get some fabrics. And at a point, she was coming back from work, and she was wearing this very nice spandex or lycra pants. And I believe she hit a nail or something in the house, and I could see how the fabric rolled immediately. And that was like, bang, bang, boom. It's like, here's the idea, here's the concept. I can make a strap and somehow to connect it so the fabric can roll back. So I have a strap inside of the pouch, all in one.
And I wanted to pick up on one thing that you just mentioned and make sure people know. Not everybody knows sports eyewear that well. If you buy a proprietary brand sports eyewear kind of thing, of course, it comes with a case like this. And it's huge. You're not going to carry this around with you. Even in a pack, this takes up an enormous amount of room. So they provide the bag. And the bag is great, but like you said, you tend to lose it in no time at all. And then if it folds into something this tiny, it disappears in your pack or your glove compartment or what have you. So yes, I think there is a better way, and this is it.
When we take a look into the straps, you can see how simple it is. Manufacturing is not that simple itself. It has a couple of things there.
Yeah, it does.
And then I also made it because of a couple of friends' request to make it float.
Yes. Yeah. Now, is that still in prototype? Is that why we don't have those yet?
No, we do have the ones in
okay.
float. Actually, it's this green one. I call it the fishing green.
Oh, perfect. All right.
And also, I have it in the orange one. That is.
Oh, good.
I call it the hunting orange. Yeah. And in the camo as well.
Outstanding. Yeah, because the very first thing I thought of when I pulled it, I figured out exactly what it was and what it did. This is the pair, we live on a lake, we have a boat. I thought, it would be perfect with these on, wearing on my neck when I'm on the boat so I don't lose them. And then when I need to take them off to go swimming, instead of just putting them down or setting them down this way, which of course an optician would never do, but tossing them around loose on the boat, I can use a strap. Let's show folks exactly what we've got here. And I have my bike pair, boat pair, bike pair, another place like your running pair that your story was. I take good care of them, and I have my nice hard Rudy project case, and I keep them in there. I keep them in there all the time. I'm super careful. But then when I'm done with my ride, just like your run, I'm tired and I'm sweaty, and I take them off and I just kind of throw them in my bag with my shoes, which are covered with mud and have big steel cleats on them and stuff. And then suddenly over time, I start getting all my little scratches. And I was thinking, hey, if I had this, that, flip this over, and I could protect my glasses until I put them back in that case nice and carefully. Look at that.
That is option number one. A little bit tough on some frames, especially if they're rounded. So option number two, or how I like to do it. So we start folding the sunglasses. Then one corner, we put the corner to corner, then the next corner, and we're ready to go. As I was saying, you get these loops on the side. If you don't care, that's fine. Okay. It's the easy way. And then there's a third one that I've seen people doing it, is, let me remind, I believe it's they turn it back here, coming all the way, so convoluted, so complicated. I've seen friends just inventing ways how to do it. It's fun when you give the product to someone first and you see them finding out and figuring out how to put it. So that is the other way. So the other thing we were talking about was the floating versions. So a couple of friends that are fishermen, they go with very nice sunglasses. Some of those very heavy is actually glass, not nylon or polycarbonate. Mm-hmm. So that was something that I was interested in testing. So the shape is exactly the same. I have some, you can call it a floaty. It's a specialty foam that I found that works the best. So it's minimal. So you don't have that chunky big thing that you can see in the retail stores. So
Yeah, I didn't even realize you had two different products here. That's how thin this is. We'll get close-ups for everybody so you can see this. And I don't know if you are familiar with the other boating style. They literally look like two boat keys on each thing. They're like, the float's like this big. They really do look, I don't want to say silly, but they are really large. Whereas this, you can barely tell these two different products apart. But if I drop my very expensive fishing glasses over the edge, well, they would float and I could pick them up. If I remember, I'll be honest, I only glanced at the website very briefly. Is it wholesale and retail available there?
Yes.
Okay, so if I wanted to carry these, that information is there. If I just wanted to go and buy one of these, that I can do also.
I mean, if you want to retail, the easiest way is to reach out.
Okay, and contact through the website then.
Yes.
Okay.
As a retail, we have a couple of stores here in Atlanta and a couple of stores in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Nice. One thing I noticed was until you look at the picture, you're not really sure what you have. Folks, I'm not sure what your display is going to look like, but if you make the plunge and you order these as a wholesale item for your store, make sure people can look at through the product and understand what it's about. Make sure, like we've just been doing, that you play with it often enough that it looks comfortable. It looks kind of quick and easy while you're talking to them. Don't just try to pee one out of bed the very first thing and start playing with it. It could look a little awkward, and you're probably not going to make a sale in that case. So do a little bit of practice and set your display up so the product explains itself, if you will.
That is something that is, you're right, it's not easy. Although with pictures or having it hanging in a retail store, it's hard. And probably when it first reached out to you, you said, okay, whatever this guy is trying to do, I don't know, I don't care. Let's see, send me a couple of samples. And after the fact, you reach out and say, you know what, this is pretty cool.
This thing's pretty cool. Yep, and I started easy too. I went and grabbed, this, which is an ordinary frame. I didn't start with a heavy wrap or the big sunglass type. So it actually was extremely easy to do the first time when I had just the smaller pair of glasses. There's really nothing to it. And I said, oh my God, that's fantastic. I immediately went running back out into the porch to my wife. Like, you've got to see this. This is great. You need these. Maybe you want to practice a little bit on something like that before moving to the larger stuff, which can be a little tiny bit tricky. To enter to win one of 10, yes, that's right, 10 free Baggual straps. Just leave a comment and I will pull out 10 lucky random names on Thursday, December the 15th, 2022. Is there anything else you would like to add to this?
I'm looking forward to talk with you guys. Feel free to reach out of me at the website or sending us an email. It's baggual@baggual.com.
Felipe, thank you so much for stopping by. This was an absolute pleasure. Pleasure meeting you. I always enjoy engineers when they're thinking about things and they get excited about things and they get something different. It's always a joy to see people that enjoy what they do. We're going to move the cameras in. We're going to get some close-ups for you guys so you know exactly what you're looking at.